Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. We're going to pick up right where we left off, fixing this cumulative error. We got a new percentage method inside of dollars, which is nice. Go ahead and bring that into tax rate as well, with the ultimate goal of getting rid of toInt so that we can change the underlying type of dollars away from int to something more appropriate like double and eliminate the cumulative error that we see over 40 years, or over any number of years. So I think we've got this one working. I should be able to just return amount.percentage rate times 100 and see that work. Great. And now I'm going to do a little refactoring. There we go. Okay, so now we've got this compound tax for question. Saying amount.percentage made sense. Now we need to say something else. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to do here. I'm dividing instead of multiplying. So I'm gonna pause the video for a moment so you don't have to listen to me struggle through this, and I'm going to do a couple of scribbles and see if I can figure out what the domain concept here is that I want to represent. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I think what I want to do, it is really just a percentage calculation. I was doing it kind of funky. I think that if I just calculate my result this way. Let me just walk through this, do the code, and see what it comes out as. So our result is going to be, if I just rewrite this code or refactor this code, what we want to pull out is this piece right here. Okay, so that should still work. Now, result could be expressed as actually, that's the piece I want to pull out. No, actually it's not. So result could be expressed as, well, our percentage here is actually well, it's our rate as percentage divided by 100. And then it's 1 over our rate or percentage minus 1. And our result should be then the amount as int times that percentage that, I believe, is the same answer. Let's find out. No. Okay, so let's work this out. Say we have a 25% tax. 1 divided by 0.25. Oh, it's not we still need to inverse the, or get the, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have the percentage that we really want to work with, we should be able to say that the result, we should be able to just return amount dot percentage times 100. Will this work? I have no idea. For me, at least, one of the neat things about TDD is not having to stop and take minutes and minutes and minutes to study every single question. You see me do some pretty sloppy work, but because I have TDD as a failsafe, I can get away with it. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen some errors creep in that I haven't caught, and that's another reason to have the pair programming. But I think that the vast majority of those will get caught over time as I do the TDD and the desk checks. So it's not the amount of errors I make, it's the amount of errors that get through. And for me at least, not having to stop and really study this every time means that I can go faster overall and actually be more correct because I'm doing more checks. And so that's, yes, I am making a lot of dumb mistakes, but I'm catching them. And if I wasn't doing the same number of checks, I'd be making fewer dumb mistakes, but I wouldn't be catching as many, and more defects would get through overall. At least that's my excuse. Maybe I'm just dumb. You decide. Although I challenge you, if you think that this is just, you know, the number of errors is off the charts, I challenge you to record and publish your own videos doing it your way. Because I'll tell you, when you're recording a video, it does make things harder. At least it does for me. I don't remember making quite this many errors, but maybe it's just that I get to see them. Okay, so that's working. So what I decided was I didn't want to actually change dollars at all. What I wanted was for compound tax to calculate the percentage properly, and then I can return the percentage. But you'll see that that does eliminate the TOInt that I wanted to eliminate, I think. And I'm going to get back to that and do that in a moment. But first I want to see if I can do this. No. Yeah. Okay, well that should be working. Why is it not working? All right, I think it's time to break out the debugger. Okay, that works the way I thought it should. That's working the way I thought it should. Oh, yeah. So we really need to multiply that by 100 anyway. Okay. There may be a more elegant way of doing this, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, obviously I could just add a couple of zeros here, but that's not more elegant. Okay, so there we go. So let's make that pretty. Okay, I think that will work. Still not that interested in creating a percent class or a value object. I could, but I'm not seeing a need for it. If I start doing this type of calculation elsewhere, then that's a sign that I need the percent class. But I don't want to introduce a value object just for the sake of introducing a value object. Only when I start seeing a value object really being used throughout the system do I want to use it. Okay, so I think I can now get rid of TOInt. Let's find out if I'm right. Okay, awesome. So now that I've gotten rid of TOInt, we can now change the underlying value, the underlying type to something other than an int. But this raises some pretty interesting questions, like what does equals mean when we have trailing pennies? I still don't want to see those trailing pennies. If you look at my spreadsheet, I'm not showing them. And given the length of time involved here and the amounts involved, pennies are just not interesting. So what I want it to do is, even though I'm going to want to take those pennies and keep them so I'm not throwing them away and getting that cumulative error, I want to pretend they don't exist. And this is the real value of a value object, is that I can change the underlying type and not change the way it behaves. So that's what I'm going to do next. I want to add a test here to say equals ignores pennies. And I want to say something like assert equals new dollars at 10 and new dollars at 10.1. But that's going to need to round as well, and so forth, $10.10. So, but we're out of time for this episode, so that's what we'll do next time. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.